discuss in the last. Now, first I'm talking underwriting. Tomorrow I will tell you what is mean by underwriting. It is only for short answer, Nana. It is not going to come for essay. So only two problems are there. So first I'll tell you the topic, then we are going to go with. But before that, we'll complete with this a last time revision of issue of shares. So remember, Nana, issue of shares. So I am going with issue of shares. So issue of a shares is a thing. Usually what happens, it is when every company which has been registered under Companies Act, usually they are going to go for getting a capital, acquiring a capital in the form of shares and all. Every company, why it is like that, only shares, madam, let us assume that okay, company start chesam, but we have been registered under Companies Act, madam, but still I don't require that much of capital. I required, and whatever the capital is there sufficient for me అన్న సిచ్యువేషన్లో అయినా సరేమా we will go for contributing through the capital which we call as a share capital only. Why it is so? Because we are been learning the concepts, and what my concept says that every company is going to record all its transactions in the name of company. So the people who are contributing, they are also some sort treated as a capital, but somewhere they are treated as separate from the company anamata. So that is the reason every company which has been registered under the Companies Act, they're getting the capital, securing the capital, acquiring the capital is through issue of shares only. So here we have so many conditions. So if it is a private limited company, 200 people, beyond that should not exit. Whereas public limited companies, there can be n number of equity shareholders who can be part of this one. So in these shares, we have two things, ma. One is we call equity share capital. So equity share capital are called original shareholders anamata. They are called what? Original shareholders. Why? Because once they have been part of this company, until the end of the business, they will be still continuing. అంటే ఇక్కడ మనం మధ్యలో we will not redeem the share. ఈక్విటీ షేర్ హోల్డర్స్ ని అందుకే మనము ఒరిజినల్ షేర్ హోల్డర్స్ అంటాం. So they will, once the company has started till the end of the company, these people will be same continuing in the organization. That is the reason these people are going to, these shareholders are going to have the voting right anamata. They are going to have what? Voting right. They can choose what, madam, company lo enduku voting right, what we are going to do with that one. Because these are the people, they are going to choose the directors of the company. So and they, on behalf of me, someone has to manage the company. So these are the people who are going to choose the directors of the company to manage the company, to take the decisions of the company. కంపెనీలో ఎన్నో రకాల డెసిషన్స్ తీసుకోవాల్సి వస్తుంది. ఎమర్జెన్సీ డెసిషన్స్ ఉంటాయి, రెగ్యులర్ డెసిషన్స్ మేకింగ్ ఉంటాయి. సో మెనీ థింగ్స్, యాక్టివిటీస్ హ్యాస్ టు బి డన్ మా. సో దీస్ ఆల్ థింగ్స్ ఆర్ actually being, these people, these equity shareholders will be part of it anamata. So here the company, remember, one more thing we have, first let me complete about equity. So one more thing is what? Every company, if let assume they are calling for a shares, whatever may be the number of shares, ma. I'm not taking number of shares. So let assume now whatever may be the number of shares, something like this, what are you going to call here? Whatever may be the number of shares, whatever the price is there, no, let assume the price is 100 rupees per share. So here these 100 rupees per share is not called immediately, never they are going to call it, because the company people, once they decide this capital, it is up to their wish that at what time they are going to call for the amount. So usually enti ante they will be calling whenever they require it, so most popularly the company is going to make the calls in 4 different ways, ma. So first foremost is they called application money. They are called what? Application money. The first format is that one. So let us assume that application money, they have decided something 20 rupees. Then they go for allotment money. So allotment money, let us assume they have taken around 25 anukundam. So this is what they have decided. Then comes usually first, sometimes some company what they'll do, only they'll call one call only, ma. Ante they are making final payment, final amount anukunte they'll only call one payment. No, we want to go for last annappudu they will call for either second and final call. So that will be last, let us assume 25 rupees. చూసుకోండి 100 rupees అయ్యింది ఉండొచ్చు. So this is what here this company is going to plan it, ma. Okay, understood? So how they have planned it? Application money, allotment money, first call money, and final call money. So this is what they are going to do it. So application money, allotment money, first call money, second and final call money. These people, they are going to do it. So whenever they require, they will call and they will give a notice to the shareholders. So please come and pay so and so amount ani antar. So shareholders will come. But remember, among all these things, first is application money, Nana. Application money is the one, it's not to be called when the company is going to issue the shares. At that time only they are going to calculate the application money, because the company is going to call for applications. So the way people approach is called applications. Through applications only the people will approach the company, is they are interested to purchase or not. So that is the reason the application money, for that one they don't give any notice. They just give a notice that we are issuing a shares. They're going to give a notice just as what we are issuing a shares. So that is what here they are going to have. So this is what here. So how the entry will be? Now first I'm receiving a cash, Noma. So when I receive a cash, what is that cash coming in? Cash is coming in. So for application entry, we are going to write as bank account debit to share application account. Like this, we are going to write it. Now, here one more thing for every entry. Now, here I have made a divisions of 4 divisions, Noma. So, for 4 divisions, I'm going to have two entries, ma. One is the actual entry, we are going to have it. And the next one is we are going to have about this one, that is the transfer entry, due entry. In simple, we'll call it as a due entry. Why it is like that? We call it as a due entry because, Nana, here in the balance sheet, I'm not supposed to show separately as application, allotment, first call, final call. We are not supposed to show it because every company is going to have its own method. నేను చెప్పాను కదా, ఒక కంపెనీ ఏమో 3 కాల్స్ కాల్ చేస్తారు మనీని, కొందరేమో 4 కాల్స్. సో అలా అన్నమాట. సో ఇట్ ఆల్ డిపెండ్స్ how they are calling. So that's why they are not supposed to mention it. It's an internal matter. It's between company and the shareholders how they are going to call the money. That is the reason we are not supposed to show in the balance sheet as separately as application money, allotment money, first call money, second call money. మరి ఎలా చూపిస్తాం మేడం? మరి క్యాపిటల్ వస్తుంది కదా, హౌ వీఆర్ గోయింగ్ టు షో ఇట్ మీన్స్ every entry, whatever the receiving entry is there, it is going to attach with one due entry. So what is that due entry? Here, this is how we are going to write. Share application account debit to share capital account. This is how we are going to have it. So what is that we are going to write? So bank account debit to share capital అని రాసాం. ఎలా వచ్చింది డబ్బు అని చూసాం. Now share capital amount ni somewhere I have to pour it, no? So that is what I am pouring it into the share capital account. And remember, we are been learning since your inter, the capital always stands on the credit side because he will be always on the giver end. You all remember, no? Whenever we say commenced business, and what we call, what we are going to write, cash account debit to capital. So the same entry we are writing here as share capital account debit to, share application account debit to share capital. Now first entry is over, no, about application. Now we are going to write about for allotment. So for the allotment entry, how I'm going to write? Now from next onwards, the people will not pay. నువ్వు అడుగుతేనే వాళ్ళు pay చేస్తారన్నమాట. So until you are not being demanding, they will not pay the amount, ma. So it is the company's responsibility that they have to ask. So that's why what they'll do, from allotment onwards, they will first write a due entry, then they will see how many they have got it. So that's why the due entry will come first. Now this is what share allotment, no? So share allotment account debit to where we have to transfer again, share capital account. Like this we will write. Now after I have posted a due entry, now whatever the amount I have got it, that amount I'm going to post as a received entry anamata. So here I'm going to write bank account debit, bank account debit. Here I'm giving a gap little bit. Why? Because here usually we call it as to share allotment. So here what happens, if there is any calls in arrears, okay, what I'll do, I'll write this one as a bit, ma. I don't want you to have a confusion, so I'm writing it. సో ఒక్కొక్క దానికి ఎంట్రీస్ ఎలా ఉంటాయి చూపిస్తాను. ఇది A. Let assume in allotment there is a premium. Okay, so premium కూడా యూజువల్ గా అలాట్మెంట్ లోనే కదా ఇస్తాడు. So now this is my BA kind of entry. So when next kind of adjustment, so అప్పుడు ఎలా రాస్తామంటే bank account debit to share allotment account to what extra I'm getting, ma? I'm getting extra to share premium account. Is it okay? This is one thing. And ఒక్కొక్కసారి we will have what, ma? Sometimes we are going to have call scenarios in the allotment also. So in such case, for calls in arrears అన్నప్పుడు I'm going to write as C. Then entry will be bank account debit calls arrears account debit to share allotment account. Like this we are going to write it. Now we have completed for what? Till the allotment we have completed. Now after allotment, what is the next thing we are going to have, ma? The first call. ఇప్పుడు కనిపిస్తుంది కదా board? Yeah. Now next is we are going to write for what, ma? For the first call. So what we are going to write here, for share first call. So first call ki kuda alage 3 rasdam manam. So first we are going to have what? Due entry. So due entry ela rastam, share first call account debit to share capital account. This is done. Now again I'm going with the same 3 bits. What is that first bit? For the allotment money received as it is. So మనం ఏం రాస్తాం అప్పుడు బ్యాంక్ అకౌంట్ డెబిట్ టు షేర్ ఫస్ట్ కాల్ అకౌంట్. Done. Now what is the next chance I said? Everyone listening the class now?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Because this is the last revision class regarding this. Now, the first situation, total amount we received, so I have written. Now, say in this one, in the second situation, most of the time here will not have a premium, most of the cases. But okay, let's see what we'll do. If there is a premium for this one entry, I'll write it. Usually it will not be premium, but still for premium on first call, then the entry we are going to have is what? Bank account debit to share first call account. Then again we are going to write what? To share premium account. Like this we are going to write. And what is the next situation, ma? If there is a calls in arrears. So that is what here for calls in arrears, then how the entry will be. What is that we are going to write? Bank account debit. Then we are going to write calls in arrears account debit to share first call account, like this. Now these are the three situations have been completed in this one. Now comes the last entry. What is the last entry, ma? For share second, here I'm writing, second and final call. So here first we are going to write as it is due entry. So what is the due entry? Share second and final call account debit to share capital account. Like this we will write. Then in this one, two entries. So for receiving a total amount, for receiving the full amount. So what is the receiving for the full amount? How we are going to write it, ma? Bank debit bank account debit to share second and final call. That's it. Now this is what? If this is about a amount wherein we are receiving the full amount as it is. This is a situation. Now usually what happens, in the final call we'll not have any premium. If we have only, we'll have what? Only the call scenario. So that's why here I'm making, even in the first call also will not have a premium, but in rare cases there may be chances they will call for a premium in the first call anamata. Because what happens, application allotment అనేది వెంటనే ఉంటుంది. So extra amount some people will not be ready to give. So that's why what happens, they will charge the premium in the first call in rare cases, not in all the cases. That's why premium I have given in the first call, but here will not have. We'll have only what? If we have a call scenarios. So this one I'm writing for calls in arrears. So here the entry will be what we are going to write? Bank account debit calls in arrears account debit to share second and final call. That's it. So these are the common entries we are going to have it. These are the common entries. Now these are the common entries. How many we had, ma? Remember, for every, here we have 4 divisions. So for every, how many entries we are going to have? 2 entries. So total we have written 8 entries. Here I have given in the A, B, C, chances are nothing but if there is a premium, if there is a call scenarios. So this is about these things. Now comes the situation. Now comes the situation wherein if the calls are being means we are calling back our shares. We are calling back our shares. So situation sometime comes wherein I know it that these people will not pay me the amount. నాకు ఇంకా డబ్బు ఇవ్వరు. సో అలాంటప్పుడు నేను ఏం చేస్తాను ఇప్పుడు ఐ కాంట్ నాకు ప్రతి షేర్ నేను ఇష్యూ చేసేది ఐ మేక్ ష్యూర్ దట్ ఎవ్రీ షేర్ ఈజ్ ఈక్వలెంట్ టు అ మనీ. Now I understood that one shareholder is not going to give me money at any cost. So whatever I assumed a share is equal to money అనేది నాకు అది నా ఎస్టిమేషన్ రాంగ్ అయింది కదా. So what I'll do in such cases, I will ask my shares back to myself. I'll ask him, how many shares you are holding, give me back. So that is what we are going to take back our shares. We are going to ask them to take back our shares. So మనం వాళ్ళకి ఏం డబ్బులు ఏమి ఇవ్వం నాన్న, జస్ట్ మన షేర్స్ మనం తీసేసుకుంటాం అనమాట. So in such case, we are not going to write calls in arrears. What did I said ma? Even in the previous classes also I said, when there is a forfeiture, you should not write the entry related to calls in arrears. Why? Because arrears means outstanding. Arrears means what? Outstanding. That means you are expecting that not today at least, but tomorrow you are going to get a money. Yes or not? But forfeiture ante enti? You are not expecting a money. You are saying that give my shares back. So there is a difference between these two things, no? So that is the reason what you have to do is whenever there is forfeiture in problem, we should not write entry for calls in arrears, because calls in arrears means expecting money from shareholders, whereas forfeiture means taking back our shares from shareholders. That is why we should not write the calls in arrears entry. Is this clear, Nana? So this is what. But forfeiture ela rastam. So how we are going to write these forfeiture entries? Where is that some cursor? Oh. Now this is important points. Keep in mind. If you want, you just take a screenshots later on after I complete everything. Okay, Nana? Yes. Now, I'm writing here the forfeiture entry. How I'm going to write a forfeiture entry. Forfeiture entry means what, ma? Wherein my every time I'm going to issue the capital. I'm giving away the capital. So capital used to stand on the credit side. But only in the forfeiture, I'm taking back my shares. Na shares icheseyandi ani adugutunanu. Na capital icheseyandi ani adugutunanu. So that's why only in the forfeiture, share capital comes on the top. That is, it stands on the debit side anamata. So here last 10 minutes is there. So here what we are going to write for forfeiture entry. The entry is share capital account debit to share forfeiture account. Forfeiture ఇక్కడ I'm writing PR అని రాస్తున్నాను. PR అంటే ఏంటి మా? ప్రాఫిట్. లెట్ అజ్యూమ్ లైక్ ప్రాఫిట్. ఇట్స్ అ బెనిఫిట్ అనుకో. ఎందుకంటే ఐ హ్యావ్ టేకన్ షేర్స్ బట్ దట్ పీపుల్ హ్యావ్ పేడ్ మీ అప్లికేషన్ అండ్ అలాట్మెంట్ మనీ. అది నా చేతిలో ఉన్నట్టే కదా. సో ఐ విల్ రైట్ షేర్ allotment. What we'll write? Calls in arrears amount. ఏ amount రాయాలి? Calls in arrears amount. Remember that one. What amount we are going to write, ma? The arrears amount we are going to write. Then what are the chances are there? I'm telling all these things. Share first call. So again here also we'll write what? Calls in arrears amount. We'll write that only. Again, if we have even calls in arrears in the final call also, then we'll write share final call with calls in arrears amount. This is how we are going to have. So usually what these people will do, ఊరికే వదిలేస్తారా అలా? No, what they'll do is they go for writing, means reselling. So for reissuing the forfeiture shares. So here we are going to write as, so usually what happens, at less price. Usually what happens, we usually go for giving at a less price only now. That is the reason the entry will be bank account debit share feature account debit. So 2, again I'm selling the capital, no? So share capital account. Like this we are going to write it. Is this clear, ma? Is it clear for everyone? So I think this is very much clear for you people now regarding a shares. If anybody have any doubts regarding this, I think it will be very much helpful for you. So go through with these things. These will be very much helpful. So you are going to see the video until you get even more better understanding about this one. Is it okay, Nana? Just a second, I'm taking attendance. If anybody's attendance is missing, just let me know after checking out, okay? Now this is what here. Now next comes, how much I can tell in 5 minutes, I'm telling it. Next comes, topic is debentures. Here you people have only this one, issue and redemption together, Nana. So redemption of debentures. Now debentures are the one, it's a kind of a loan, Nana. So loan kuda I want a huge amount. So going to the one institution, I may not get what I am actually expecting. So in such cases, usually we go for issuing the debentures. And these are also in the format of document only. So when we issue in the form of things, 2 or 3 people are going to purchase, or sometimes more than that. If it is a small scale sector people, they may go for good number of people. So these people will purchase my debentures, and whatever the amount they give, that it is a kind of a loan only, ma. Ante loan is always attached with one condition, what, ma? It's always attached with what? Repayment. So that is what here, redemption. So a loan means, already I said, why I'm going for issuing a debentures, because I need a huge amount. So wherein one institution cannot give me, that is the reason I usually go for acquiring for a debentures. So that means when I'm issuing a debentures, from the date of issue only, I should be prepared for repayment. So రెగ్యులర్గా అయితే డిబెంచర్స్ కూడా ఫస్ట్ కాల్ ఫైనల్ కాల్ ఇష్యూ చేశారనుకోండి, అన్ని ఎంట్రీస్ సేమ్ వస్తాయి. అది ప్రిఫరెన్స్ షేర్స్ కైనా ఈక్విటీ షేర్స్ కైనా అన్నిటికీ సేమ్ వస్తాయి నాన్న. రిమెంబర్, ఇవే ఎంట్రీస్ అన్నిటికీ కామన్. కాకపోతే ఇక్కడ ప్రిఫరెన్స్ షేర్స్ అనుకో, అప్పుడు యూ షుడ్ రైట్ యాజ్ ప్రిఫరెన్స్ షేర్స్. అది డిబెంచర్స్ అనుకో, యూ షుడ్ రైట్ యాజ్ డిబెంచర్స్. అంతే తేడా. ఇలా మిగతా మాత్రం అంతా సేమ్ ఉంటుంది. బట్ వాట్ ఎవర్ ఐఎమ్ టాకింగ్ అబౌట్ దిస్ ఇష్యూ అండ్ debentures, we are talking lump sum amount, at once lump sum amount. So here, every issue I attach with a redemption. So first what I'm doing, when I'm issuing a debentures, what is happening, ma? My cash is coming in. So every time I issue a debentures or a shares, I get a cash. So that's why the entry will be bank account debit to debentures will be always attached with some percentage, nana. Andike percentage of debentures account ani rastam. Now redemption, I'm redeeming at a par value. Redemption at par annappudu, what we are going to write, my cash is going out, no? So that's why here we are going to write as, నా డిబెంచర్స్ మళ్ళీ నాకు వచ్చేస్తున్నాయి, నా డాక్యుమెంట్స్ మళ్ళీ నా దగ్గరకు వచ్చేస్తాయి కదా. సో దట్స్ వై debentures account debit, my cash is going out, no. So that's why to bank account అని రాసేస్తాం ఇలా. Okay, understand? So this is what the first entry. Now let assume issue is at premium. Let assume issue is at a premium, but redemption is at par. So what we are going to write? Bank account debit to percentage debentures account. Extra నాకు 2 premium కూడా వస్తుంది కదా, 2 premium on debentures అని రాస్తాం. Now redemption. So redemption at a par అన్నాడు. So redemption at a par, we have nothing. Simply the entry will be, I am getting back my debentures. So debentures account debit to bank account. That's it. Okay. If the class is going to end, just rejoin for some time. Only debentures complete chesesdamu. Tomorrow I'll go with the bonus shares. Okay. Bonus shares and underwriting will complete. Now this is done. And the last is what, ma? Again, par I'm telling. Tomorrow I'll complete this one board altogether. Okay, no problem. So next one is what? Issue at discount but redeem at par. Now issuing at a discount ante నాకు బ్యాంక్ తక్కువ వస్తుంది కదా. సో bank account debit, discount on issue of debentures account debit, because loss always, nominal always losses stands on debit side kada. That is what? Percentage of debentures account. That's it. Now redemption at a par annadu. Redeem at par. So the entry is going to be, I'm getting my debentures. So debentures account debit to bank. Everyone take a screenshot fast. The class is going to end at any moment. Everyone going to take a screenshot because all together in one frame, no? Please take down screenshots fast.
Over, madam.
Over. Now is this clear for everyone?
Yes.
Please rejoin. We'll complete redemption and I'm going to end the topic.
Madam, ఇంకొద్దు మేడం,
మళ్ళీ రేపు చెప్పనా? సరే, పర్వాలేదు. Okay, now as of now it's clear. You're going to go through this one everything. Tomorrow we'll go with last 2 entries debentures we ఉంటాయి కదా, అది ఒకటి. And one more thing is what